Good morning. This is try number 2. Just tried for 4 or 5 minutes to record an episode and just completely failed because I was talking about the most boring things in the entire world. Nobody wants to listen to that. No. I'm on my way to work. It's Wednesday. Yep, it's Wednesday morning. I'm going in 30 minutes early, today, I'm gonna be late. To be honest, I'm gonna be late. But yeah, I'm going into work. I've got coffee. It's really good. I did French press coffee that I made double strong, and then I put a little bit of maple syrup, and I mean like a little bit because I've been not really trying to do sweet coffee. Like I like actually just like it more now when it's like not very sweet. But this morning I was like, well, maybe a little bit of sweetness never killed nobody. So I put maybe like a teaspoon of maple syrup in there, and then some nut pod, which is nut pod creamer, which is like coconut and almond milk with, and then this one was like cinnamon churro flavored nut pod creamer. Shit is so good. Okay, anyways, I haven't been posting for a minute, but it's just because life has been happening, and I have been trying to not put any pressure on this channel at all because I just like to talk. But I mean, this morning I was like, maybe excuse me, maybe I should like send a little update, you know? Maybe I should like tell the people where we're at. So this is what that is. I don't know, like I transition into the actual topic of the episode, I guess. Transition. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. Who should I review next? Transition. This is something I've been thinking about. Shoot, I should be in the other lane. Whatever. Oh, and there's a Washington license plate ahead of me. This is something I've been thinking about. It's actually kind of got brought up this week, like multiple times by other people to me, like in a one-on-one conversation. And it's just like this idea of like, I wish I could go back to how it was. Oh my god, there's a car next to me that's like decked out in Prime, like the energy drink, like brandage. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. And Alani on the other side, that's so embarrassing. Okay, yeah. This common phrase, I mean, like people say it like all the time, I feel like. Say like, man, I just wish I could go back to how it used to be. Like, it was so much simpler, it was so much better, I was so much happier, like doing this and this. And I've fallen into that trap before of thinking that, but I don't like that mentality, like at all, to be honest. Like, if we're not developing like and changing with whatever is given to us, then I feel like we're not doing it justice, and we're not being our true selves, because like you know, like I believe like I've been put in the positions that I am to like be the person I am now, not to be the person I was even like 6 months, 5 months ago, 4 months ago. Oh, that's embarrassing. Because if you know, you know. But like I just like, I'm not saying like I didn't like the person I was that at like, you know, X amount of months or even years ago. Like I look back on some of those like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, you know, like I was so happy. And like a part of me wishes like I could be the happiest I ever was again, like with, you know, living with so many of my friends and just like, I don't know, like learning like what true friendship meant and like what experiencing college for the first time. Like that was like one of the most amazing seasons of my life, but I'm not like, oh, I wish I could go back to that, because I'm happy with the growth that I've had since then, you know? Like I'm like a totally different person. I'm like not at the same time, like I'm the same person. But like that experience made me the person I am now. And I'm like grateful for that, but I'm not like, I don't want to live there forever. And that's even something that I was practicing back then. Like we had, this is a good, maybe an example. Me and my friend group back 3 years ago, I'm just gonna stick to that for now. We hosted these like parties on our like dorm floor. Me and my friends all lived on the same dorm floor, and like it was just so fun. It was like my first year of college, and I got to meet so many people and like became like so close with so many people so fast, and just like life-giving friendships that like really meant a lot to me. And we would host these parties called Waffle Wednesdays. Big lore drop right here. I basically was the head chef, meaning like I would just like cook waffles and for free, and I would just like give them to people, and it eventually like grew from like just our little friend group to like 350 people on this like little tiny dorm floor, like raging and like mosh pit and like craziness. And it was really fun. That was like a really fun time. And it was like one of the most definitive times of my like, I mean, like I low-key forget about those sometimes. I like actually like, it's only on my mind because it was brought up the other day, and so it's like I like remember, I like flashback. I was like, whoa, that's crazy that was happening. Like it's such an of its time thing. But even back then, like we were having so much fun with it, and we knew like we can't just keep doing this forever, because then like it'll get boring and it'll get stale. Like we don't want this legacy of like memory that we're having. Like we want it to be good, and if we just keep going forever, then like it will just eventually get stale. So even back then we were thinking, when are we gonna like end this while it's really good still? And we did. We had our last one, and it was really fun. But I'm glad we ended it when we did, because we didn't need to keep doing that. Like we had the really good memories while we had them, and then cut it off. And I think like that's what a lot of people aren't realizing. Like life kind of just does that for you for the most part. Like I wouldn't be satisfied with my life still if that's what my life was like right now still. Like back then it was so fun, I had so many friends, but like I wasn't doing some things like that super fulfill me now. Like I wasn't making films, and I wasn't directing. I would have never directed my senior thesis. Like I would have never been comfortable to like really push myself to be like growing in filmmaking. I'm gonna take a sip. Like that whole like passion of mine grew because of the years afterwards when I had like an emptiness that I didn't have the like amount of friends, and I didn't have the same level of like intimacy and like coordination within us that we had before. And you know what I did? I spent a lot of my time working on films, and it was honestly kind of horrible. And I'm sure in that year I was like, dang, I wish I could go back to when like life was fun. But ultimately, like, that season was worth it because I you know, came out of it with a little bit of burnout, a lot of burnout, but honestly, like, a new passion that I knew that like I was like good at something that I was worth like shooting for greatness. Additionally, like, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, I don't know. It's been on my mind recently, like within the last week. Like, a few people have just been like, man, like, it's really just not the same anymore. I wish I could just be back to where I was like a year ago. Like, it was just so much better. And like, that just makes me sad because like, I don't know, like, I'm not in the best season of my life. Like, I'm really not. I'm like making the most of it, but I'm definitely not like, wow. I'm kind of like in a transitionary period, I guess, and that's fine. Like, I still like have good things going on. I'm still like, I live with like 7 of my like good, like, greatest friends, like, in a house. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's something I'm super happy that I'm doing still. Like, I have a job that I enjoy. I'm like creatively fulfilling myself still with like projects outside of work that, like, I don't know, like, even like yesterday I like was finishing up the color for like Marginalia with Gunnar, and I was like, this is crazy because it's been like a year, but I'm just like so proud of this still. Like, I'm not like I don't know, it's like carried with me, and it's all I've done is like I've become like more proud of it. And I showed him the trailer. That was like kind of the big thing of like, yeah, like, this is good, like, this is fun, like, I'm fulfilled by this. Like, it's just different things will fulfill you like in different times of your life. Like, sorry, that was like an actually good sentence and I just ruined it because I had to halt to a stop. But yeah, I just think it's like different. Like, people are looking for fulfillment in the same things that they were a year ago. But who's to say like that needs to be the same? Honestly, just think it, like, I don't know. Like, I'm probably such a hypocrite right now. Like, I probably all the time will say like, man, I wish it was back to how it used to be. But like, I don't know. I'm not living the best life ever right now, and I don't want to go back. Like, I'm happy with where I am. Which is crazy for me to say. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that's a wild sentence for me to even like say out loud. But I don't know, just there's something to do with like the fact that my life is so different now, and I've just like made it what it is. Like, I have crafted life to where I enjoy it with what I've been given. And, you know, like, I've been thinking about some other things, like how a lot of life is like, crafted for you, you know, like, things just happen to you and you can't really control them a lot of the time. Like, that's just like how life works, correct? But like, you can also take what life has given you and make with it what you will. Like, do what you will with what you're given. And I just think that's important. And I don't know, like I think I kind of always, like, this is crazy that this is like still relevant in my life, but I always like go back to this like this idea that I had when I was 16, 17, 18, when I was a big music fan. I was listening to a lot of Eden. OGs know. OGs remember. If you know, you know. No cap. I prescribed to this idea that, like, I should never be ashamed of who I used to be. Like, I should never, like, be, like, even if, like, right now sucks, like, I have to always be future bound. Like, that was, like, the thing that I was like, that's huge. Like, that's a thing that he kind of, like, created that word. Not created the word, but, like, he created that, like, idea in me that, like, we should live for the future in the present. Not saying the present isn't important, but, like, I think the future and the present is much more important than the past. I don't know, I just really think I still go, like, I literally have a tattoo with that. That was my first tattoo when I was 18 years old. Like, I think that's still relevant. Like I think living in the present is obviously super important. I think that's very much like what I try to do more than living for the future. But I think future bound doesn't mean like you can't live in the present. I think it just kind of means that it just means like future bound doesn't mean like you can't live in the present. It just means like no matter what happens now, like you can always grow further for like yourself in the future. So I don't know, at least that's how I kind of have taken it. I'm not gonna turn yet. I've taken it and kind of made my own meaning, because otherwise the tattoo is just like kind of cringe that I have an Eden tattoo. You know, it's like I don't actually look at it as an Eden tattoo. I look at it as a future bound tattoo, and it's just a good reminder. But anyways, like, I don't know. Nobody's listening to this still, but in 100 years, when this is found as a relic on the internet, I just really encourage you to not look at yourself and think, I wish I could go back to a couple years ago when life was happy. Like, do what you can with what you've got, or do what you can with what you've been given. And personally, like, I believe in God. I know that God has given me the things that he's given me, and I like see that in my life. I feel his presence and his like touch on the things that I've like gone through and the things that I've like grown into. Like, I feel like there's like a higher purpose there, and so maybe that's helping me with my outlook here. But I think ultimately, like, anyone can see that in themselves, that like it's not good to just live in the past, because you'll like, oh, I'm about to sound so cringy. It's not good to live in the past, because then you'll miss what's right in front of you. That's not what I meant. What I'm really trying to say is that you're stopping yourself from growing further. And like, I don't know, I am constantly growing, and like even month ago, I was like, I would like look back at, like, if, excuse me, even if me and a month ago me sat down in a conversation, we would be like, bruh, who is this fool? Like I just think it's important to be growing even when like everything is stacked against you. And everything has been stacked against me. Did you know that? Everything has been stacked against me. Boba and Banh Mi Cafe is opening right here. That's pretty lit, bro. I need to go to that place sometime. That's like brand new. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I think that might be the end of the video. It's just like nailing in this idea that, you know, if you've been given if you've been given, you know, like of some, I don't know, like I used to be really upset, honestly. Actually, no, like I would still say like oftentimes I'm upset with the cards I've been dealt. And this is a whole different video. I'm not like even trying to get into that right now. But like I look at the cards I've been dealt is like what I have been like born with or that I have been like what I have learned in my life as like how I survive. And so those things are like, you know, my habits, like my eating habits, like my mental health problems that I've been like, that I've grown into. Like I look at those things and like I can't control them. Like I can't control my like urges. Like I think a lot of it is like nurture or nature, you know. It's like some of it's in my nature, like some of the cards I've been dealt is they're in my nature, and some of them have been like nurtured with just like the way of my upbringing. And oftentimes in the past I've been like so upset at the cards I've been dealt, like just like being like, why the fuck have I been like cursed with lifelong depression? Why? I think it's so fucking unfair, and I don't understand how some people just never experience that. But like I think there's like a whole different version of like the cards, and that's like the cards in the current game that you're playing, you know what I mean? Like there's like the cards of life, and then there's cards of the game. The game is your life right now and what circumstances you've been put in, and I don't think that we should always be upset at those, because I just think there's a lot we can do with them, even if it's bad cards, even if they're bad. But I don't want to get into that whole like card thing yet. Like that should be its own video, and I know I say that all the time. I like say that every video where it's like, oh, this should be its own video, and then I like never make a video about it. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll write that down. But yeah, I just want to encourage you, like, do what you can with what you've been given at this current moment. Like, I don't think we should be saying, like, I wish we could go back to where it was. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that means that you're growing. And yeah, I just encourage you to, you know, stay strong and, you know, keep fighting for a life that you want to live, even in really horrible times. You know, like, people will be going through some shit right now that's not fun to see. But yeah, that's the video. And again, I'm like 2 minutes away from work, so I should wrap this up. But I just encourage you to take a deep breath, Nobody's listening to this still, but like, take a deep breath. It'll be okay. Like, no matter what's going on today, like, I'm gonna say this every single fucking video, but I don't care. No matter what is going on in your life today, the sun will set tonight. Tomorrow morning, the sun will rise, and you will hear the birds chirping outside your window, and it will be a new day with new circumstances. But yeah, even if tomorrow's not good, you know, the sun will set, the sun will rise, and you'll hear the birds the next day. Like, come on. And I'm gonna finish my coffee now. But thank you for listening. If you are, I don't think you are, but thank you to my 0 YouTube viewers for listening. Subscribe. Have a good day. I am wishing you good luck on life. All right.